Brimstone is looking to be one of the most essential Valorant agents in every single team comp. Between Sky Smoke, which might be one of the most powerful abilities in the entire game, and a game-winning ultimate in Orbital Strike, every single player wants a Brimstone master on their team. That being said, let's break down each and every one of his abilities and give you tips and tricks so that you can start dominating the competition, cementing yourself as a Brimstone god. That being said, we're working hard here at Game Leap and smashing out double daily uploads. And if you want to get all the Valorant goodness, smash that subscribe button, you will not regret it. Now, enough about all that, let's just jump right into it, shall we? Now, the first ability on Brimstone is my pick for the most powerful ability that we have seen in the entire game so far, Sky Smoke. Now, Sky Smoke is Brimstone's signature, and as such, he'll get 1 free per round. That being said, you can actually pay to get multiple charges, up to 3 total charges. Now, you might be asking, what does Sky Smoke do to make it so powerful? Well, essentially what it does is you can look on a map on your wrist and essentially smoke any location from the sky from anywhere on the map. It's a pretty long-lasting ball of smoke that blocks enemy LOS. Now, the reason that this is so powerful is because of its versatility and playmaking capabilities. You can set up scenarios where you smoke multiple sightlines and walk onto a point with ease. Imagine taking a point where you could smoke off heaven, which would be the high ground, smoke off the flank side, and smoke off the point itself and easily plant a spike. You can even set up scenarios for repushing during rotation. You can set up scenarios where you help a team getting wailed down by heaven, or potentially perma-smoke a single sightline over and over again. You can neutralize enemies' long-range weapons like the operator, prevent yourself from getting flanked, set up plant plays or retakes, and even set up a powerful defense as well. The versatility that Sky Smoke provides is unparalleled, and it is the single most powerful ability that I think will guarantee you the most wins if you master it. That being said, far and away the best way to get the most value out of Brimstone is make sure that you coordinate with your team where you're smoking and why. Start to learn the official map locations for everyone on the map. You can easily do this on default by pressing caps lock. It will tell you the official names for each and every location, and you can call the specific locations that you're going to smoke off so that your teammates know that they're not going to get shot from those locations. Getting up that synergy with Brimstone means more successful pushes with Sky Smoke, and as such, I think Brimstone is going to be paramount for high level play, but I'm going to get to that at the end of the video. Now let's talk about the next ability on the list for Brimstone, and that's his Stim Beacon. Now, Stim Beacon is going to have 1 charge. It's going to be a throwable field that you and your allies have increased fire rate, reload speed, weapon swap, and you'll have better spread recovery. It's not going to be a huge change, only about 10%, but in scenarios that you know you're about to fight an enemy, you can set up a Stim Beacon to potentially get a couple of kills or give yourself a slight advantage. On top of this, it doesn't use LOS, but instead uses the area of effect, so you can throw it and potentially walk out of its LOS. As long as you're in the circle, you will get the effect. Now moving on to the next ability on the list for this also has 1 charge, just like the Stim Beacon, and it's a grenade launcher that will launch a Molotov type grenade, similar to Phoenix's Hot Hands. Now this is another par for the course ability that a lot of different characters have. Essentially, it's just something that you can use to flush people out of hidey holes, prevent them from retreating or pushing, and just gives him more area denial that he can use in conjunction with his Sky Smoke to create even more havoc for the enemy team, and can set his team up for a perfect push where the enemy is essentially forced to be exactly where he wants him to be. Now rotating on, let's talk about the last but certainly not least ability, his ultimate Orbital Strike. Now, Orbital Strike is probably the ultimate that is going to get you the most kills if you learn to master it, and you learn the scenarios in which you should use it. It's an ultimate that causes sky damage. It's essentially a giant strike of damage from the sky in the form of a cylinder, hence Orbital Strike, and if enemies stay in it for too long, they're going to eventually be killed. Now, yes, you can use this on choke points and to potentially kill low enemies, which is not a bad use for it, but I'm going to tell you when it really is powerful. This strike can be so good at stopping enemies from planting or defusing. Imagine an example where there's not that much time left, but you could be completely across the map and an enemy is defusing your spike. Because of the minimap, you know exactly where the spike is and you know the time frame for which they have to defuse. You can easily Orbital Strike your own defuse kit and they will either 1, die, or 2, back off, and maybe they won't have enough time to actually defuse it after that if you get the timing right. The fact that this can do so much lethal damage from anywhere on the map is something that is insanely powerful, and definitely something that I can see Brimstone's leveraging to turn Orbital Strike into actually wins on the board. On top of this, other ultimates like Viper's Pit can be completely counteracted by Orbital Strike because you know what she's going to be playing in because she has to play into her ultimate, and you can just strike it out of the sky. It's a perfect 1-for-1 counter that will actually leave you ahead overall. Now, all that being said, what is the overall verdict of Brimstone? Is he good? Is he just decent? How does he compare to the rest of the cast? In my opinion, I think Brimstone is probably top 3 heroes in the whole game, and he might be number 1. His Sky Smoke is so good for team play, and it's pretty versatile just using it by yourself as well. His Orbital Strike is going to win you a whole bunch of games if used correctly, and not many ultimates can say that. There are many ultimates that might get a little bit of value here or there, but not as much consistent value as Orbital Strike can. Honestly, I think any team will be thrilled to have a Brimstone on their team, and I think every single team will be better if they swapped out any single character for Brimstone. That's just how powerful he is, and he's going to scale really high depending on how well the comms get in your game, how well the individual skill of each player gets in the game. Brimstone is going to be better and better. If you want to play a character that's insanely powerful at working the team aspect of Valorant and is essential for any single team at high level play, do yourself a favor and pick Brimstone right up. Speaking of doing yourself a favor, Gamely Valorant is now smashing out 2 daily uploads. That's right, 2 uploads every single day. If you want the best Valorant content, smash that sub button. You will not regret it. Anyways, if you have any questions, comments, or videos that you want me to start making, definitely let me know in the comments down below. That's all I have for you today. I'm Coach Mills, and until next time,